Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. My name is David Wilkerson and this is Surplus Funds 101. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about what to do when a cold call goes bad. I know it's something nobody wants to think about, but it's the inevitable. It's going to happen. So I'm going to give you guys some practical tips on what to do when these events take place. But before I do that, I just want to say thanks for all the people who have liked the videos, subscribed to the channel, or just been a long time supporter. I really appreciate it. And if you guys haven't already gone and grabbed my free prospecting script, it's in the link below. It's the same script I use today. My virtual assistants use it as well. I've taken that script and I've tweaked it and post tested it and tweaked it some more, and it's pretty much perfect. And so if you guys are looking for some good framework on what to say to people when you are making your calls and having conversations, this will be great for you. So it's free. It's a link in the description. Just click on it and it's yours, instant download. But other than that, you guys, when it comes to dealing with situations that go bad, okay, I feel like I'm a pretty good person to give some advice on this one topic. I've been in sales and marketing my entire life. Okay, I've been arrested one time, 33. And I got arrested for soliciting without a permit. Let me actually take that back. I got a ticket, which was avoidable. It was a slight infraction. Maybe it was a misdemeanor. It was like $50 for soliciting without a permit. And I missed my court date. My dyslexia must have gotten the best of me, but I had thought it was on the 11th of the month. It was on the 1st. And I showed up for court and they said, your court date was on the 1st. You have an active bench warrant. So I ended up turning myself in, and a lot of that could have been avoided. But what I was out there doing was I was out knocking doors, selling alarm systems, and I had a really, really bad conversation with somebody. I was polite and kind to them, but they right out of the gate came out and the situation looked weird. The person sounded weird. The questions they were asking me were off. It just didn't add up. And when I walked away from that house, I should have listened to my gut intuition, and that was get in the car and leave. I didn't have a deal up for the day, so I kept knocking in that direct area, and that's when it all happened. That's when I got pulled over. 2 cops showed up. It was the middle of the afternoon on a busy street, and I was stressed out and overwhelmed. And so I know how it is. And I think that when a lot of people are getting started in sales and marketing, they come from a 9-to-5 background. And so they don't have a whole lot of business experience. And that's fine if they do, if they don't, but they aren't used to the problems and objections that just come from taking massive action. And, I'll tell you another thing, you guys, if you guys aren't having bad conversations, you guys probably aren't prospecting enough. But you guys, I've been through the ringer. I've seen it all. So I wanted to give you guys some practical tips on what to do when these things happen to you as well. So the very first thing, you guys, is you don't get emotionally reactive to the situation, and you always retain your professionalism. Okay. As I said, it's when you're taking massive action, it's something you cannot get around. Okay. And something you're going to deal with eventually. There's some people out there, when they get mean with you, like, it's just who they are and what they do. That it's something like people don't have a whole lot going on in their lives, and they just want to pick a fight with you for doing something that shouldn't be wrong at all. I mean, we live in a world where there's advertisements in front of you 24/7. You making a phone call to them, offering a service to help them shouldn't be a problem, but for some people it is. Regardless, you don't want to get emotionally reactive, because when you do that, that's going to throw off the rest of the day's prospecting. You're going to bring that scenario mentally in your head, and you're going to have worse and worse and worse conversations with all the following people. So you don't want to get emotionally reactive. Retain your professionalism. If these people make any snarky comments to you or anything like that, just end the call quickly and get over it. Like I was saying, you guys, end the call quickly, disposition the lead, okay? Chances are that these people, they're not going to be a deal anyways. And you only want to be spending your time with people that are going to be deals, And so reduce the amount of time you're communicating with them to the shortest time frame completely as possible. Like if they're not going to be a deal, don't waste your time with them. hang up the phone call quick. Just say, "Oh, that was a bad one for the day," and then move on. Okay. And another thing too, when you disposition them, just make sure you don't call them again. Take them out of your database. Like I could have dispositioned that scenario that I was in where I got a ticket for soliciting without a permit. I could have just left the area and I would have avoided it completely. But just don't spend any time with situations like this that you don't need to. Third thing, you guys don't offer up any personal information. Over time, you're going to be building up this ninja gut instinct, sixth sense thing. I don't know how to call it or what to describe, but you make enough phone calls, you'll be able to tell what a good phone call sounds like and what a bad phone call sounds like. And you'll know really quickly when things aren't adding up to where it just sounds weird. So if someone isn't going to be a deal and things start going south, don't make your life harder. Don't give them any ammunition to where they can go and make your life harder than it might already be. Like if they're not going to be a deal, you don't have to give them a business card. You don't have to give them the address to your office or anything like that, and just make a statement like, "Hey, it doesn't seem like this is going to be a good fit for either of us, sir. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you out of our database. You won't receive any more phone calls from myself or my company. Have a great day. Bye." Boom. It's done. But if someone will be calling the police on you, you don't want to arm them with any information to where they can crucify you. And I mean, chances are that will never, ever happen. And these people are going to live in states you'll never see them, and these people, they're going to hang up the phone call and it'll just be a bluff, when they say stuff like that, So, but regardless, you guys don't give up any personal information you don't need to. And I'm not trying to say be shady or unprofessional, but if they're not going to do business with you, you don't have to go and try to justify yourself. There's nothing you guys are doing that's illegal. You guys are registered with the states that you're working in. You're doing everything from a good intention. And unfortunately, these people, they're just not in a very good mood, and you got the short end of the stick. Fourth thing, you guys, no need to call an attorney or make the situation bigger than it is. Okay, when somebody says they're going to do that, they're going to have to go out of their way to call a police department or a local dispatch. And when they do, the police dispatch department, I don't know, whatever you call it, they're probably going to secretly in the back of their head laugh at the scenario. Like that is like the lowest priority phone call that a police officer could ever get on. Like they don't even really want to have to go and take time out of their day when they could go and arrest people for like drinking and driving or domestics or things like that to deal with somebody that's soliciting. We live in a world where there's advertisements in front of us all the time. We can't get away from it. Like for somebody to say, "Don't call me, don't do this," like it just never shakes out. But you guys, there's no mental ROI in letting this event take away your mental peace. Okay, I remember many years ago, I had a close friend here in the town that I live in, and he was an alarm dealer, and he had somebody that worked for him that was out knocking, and that person had an event with a homeowner, and the homeowner said that they were going to call the cops, and he had an embroidered polo, and the guy did call the cops, and the guy did call the news company. Ironically, I was having lunch at their office and they called the news company. I was having lunch at their office, and the news company showed up outside their door. Now they had blacked out windows, so they couldn't see if anybody was in there or not. But we were like looking at the news reporter as she was getting filmed, talking into the camera. And then later on in the afternoon, I watched the thing on the news, right? But I was talking to my two buddies that own the company, and they're like, "This is nothing, dude. People, like, they forgot what they ate for breakfast yesterday. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to crush it." And so the news company left. Those two got in their cars, and I think one of them put 3 or 4 up from that point forward in the day. The other one put 2 or 3 up. They both went and crushed it, but they didn't let any of their mental dexterity get stolen. They didn't let any of their mental peace get taken away from that event because they knew it was just going to wash over anyways. But you guys, there's nothing illegal about this business or anything like that. So just don't waste don't waste time with people that aren't deals. Another thing, devalue the situation. If you have to deal with it after you get done calling, do that. But there's no need to think that this little tiny event where somebody said something snarky to you, or you had a bad interaction with them, and they might have made a threat, so they were going to call the police or call the news or do this or do that, and let it throw you off. Like, you want to make that thing seem like it's the smallest thing possible. And if you do have to handle it in the afternoon when you get done making your phone calls, and make that like the lowest priority thing on your like task list for the day. Okay. And another thing too, if you guys don't do that, it's going to really eat into your calculated momentum. And long term, that's going to be very, very expensive for you to deal with. So you guys just devalue the situation. Don't blow it up. Be an adult, be a professional. Don't make it seem like the world's coming to an end, because it won't. And that's that. But other than that, you guys, that's all I got for you. Again, when cold calls go south, just keep in mind, it's the name of the game. Every now and again, you're going to have to deal with situations like this. It won't happen very often, but it's something that you will have to deal with. And there's nothing wrong about this business or nothing illegal about what you're doing, so just keep on going, disposition the lead, and keep on going. But other than that, you guys, go out there and crush it and be a professional.